Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the e-class of General Knowledge with your Sarika Sharma ma'am. I hope you are safe at home. Children, just now you have finished your half-yearly examination. Hope you have given your best and will get good marks. So now let's begin the syllabus of annual examination. With that, I start page number 42. Topic is sow and grow. Page number 42. What do you mean by sowing? Sowing seeds is an important skill that all farmers and gardeners must master. Poorly sown seeds will result in poor, thin crop stands and causes the farmer more work for replanting. It is better to take time and care when sowing seeds to ensure good germination and less replanting. So, we should be very careful while sowing the seeds. Children, this is the chapter about the origin of food, that is crop. And what is a crop? A crop is a plant product that can be grown and harvested mostly for profit. Most crops are harvested as food for humans or fodder for livestock. And what are the examples of crops, children? Yes, rice, wheat, millet, cotton, etc. Here are some pictures of crops. On your screen you can see the picture of cotton, sugarcane, rice. Now come to the chapter. As the chapter is about sow and grow, children, in this chapter you have been given the three options and you have to tick the correct option. Answer the following question by choosing the correct option. First, which soil is best suited for the cultivation of cotton? Children, what do you mean by cultivation? Cultivation is an agricultural practice involving the production of food by preparing the land to grow crops on large scale. So, here the question is that which soil is best suited for the cultivation of cotton? A. Red soil, B. Alluvial soil and C. Black soil. So correct answer is C. Black soil. Second, major agricultural land in India is under the cultivation of A. Plantation crop, B. Food crops, C. Cash crops. The correct answer is B, that is food crops. And cash crops, children, what are the cash crops? Generally they are sowing for selling like indigo, dye. And what are the plantation crop? Like tea and coffee. So, the major agricultural land in India is under the cultivation of, answer is B, food crops. Third, which crop requires water logging for its cultivation? A. Tea, B. Coffee, C. Rice. The correct answer is C, that is rice. Fourth, besides Rabi and Kharif, which is the third crop season in India? Children, in India we have mainly three crops, season crops, that is Rabi, Kharif, and the another one is option A, Zaid, B. Barsati and third is Sharad, and the option A is correct, that is Zaid. In Rabi, children, Rabi crop we have wheat, mustard and barley. In Kharif crop we have maize, millet, rice, soyabean, etc. And in Zaid crop like pumpkin and watermelon. So, question number 4, besides Rabi and Kharif, which is the third crop season in India? That is option A, Zaid. 5. Jute cultivation is concentrated in the delta region of which of the following rivers? A. Mahanadi, B. Godavari, C. Ganga. The correct option is Ganga. The correct answer is option C, Ganga. Question number C. Which variety of coffee is largely grown in India? A. Kurg, B. Arabica, C. Kents. And the correct answer is B. Arabica. 7. Which of the following is not a plantation crop? Number A. Tea, B. Sugarcane, C. Rubber. The correct answer is option B, that is sugarcane. It's not a plantation crop. Third, the next is 8th. Zoom cultivation is practiced in which of the following states of India? A. Manipur, B. Madhya Pradesh, or C. Punjab. The correct answer is Manipur. Zoom cultivation is practiced in which of the following states of India? It is option A, Manipur. Question number 9. 3 states are leading producers of coffee in India. 2 of them are Karnataka and Kerala. Name the third. A. Maharashtra, B. Tamil Nadu, C. Madhya Pradesh. The correct answer is option B, that is Tamil Nadu. Last question. Which crop covers 1/3 of the total cultivated area of India? Option A, rice, option B, wheat, and option C, cotton. The correct answer is option A, that is rice. Once again, just repeat. Question number 1. Which soil is best suited for the cultivation of cotton? Option C, black soil. Question number 2. Major agricultural land in India is under the cultivation of option B, food crops. Question number 3. Which crops requires water logging for the cultivation? The correct answer is option C, that is rice. Question number 4. Besides Rabi and Kharif, which is the third crop season in India, the correct answer is option A, that is Zaid. Question number 5. Jute cultivation is concentrated in the delta region of which of the following rivers? The correct answer is option C, that is Ganga. Question number 6. Which variety of coffee is largely grown in India? The correct answer is option B, that is Arabica. Question number 7. Which of the following is not a plantation crop? The correct answer is again option B, that is sugarcane. Question number 8. Zoom cultivation is practiced in which of the following states of India? Correct answer option A, Manipur. Question number 9. 3 states are the leading producers of coffee in India. 2 of them are Karnataka and Kerala. Name the third. The correct answer is option B, that is Tamil Nadu. Question number 10. Which crop covers 1/3 of the total cultivated area of India? The correct option is A, rice. Children, hope you understood this chapter. Let's come to the next chapter. That is page number 43. And the topic is Know Your Book. Know Your Book. Children, parts in this book, chapter you will read the parts of the book. What parts of book make up the entirely of the book, including the title, introduction, body, conclusion, and back cover. In order to write a book in full, you need to have all moving parts to make it not only good but also effective. So in this chapter, you will read some parts of the book. And some parts I am just, you will read in this book also, but I am giving you the introduction also, like paperback. What is paperback? A book having a flexible paper binding, a book or edition with covers made of flexible cards sold relatively. Preface, you will read an introduction to a book, typically stating its subject, scope or aims. Then you will read the bibliography. What is bibliography? An alphabetically list of words relating to a specific subject, text or dialect. With explanation, a briefly dictionary we can say. Okay. So, bibliography, an alphabetically list of words relating to a specific subject, text or dialect with explanations. A brief dictionary we can say, a brief dictionary. So what was I telling you? I was telling you the part of book. I told you paperback, I told you preface, I told you bibliography. With that we will start the chapter. Next, first question. Every book has some standard parts. Read the clues and name the parts. Okay? Read the clues and name the parts. First, as I told you before that also, paperback. A thin flexible cover of the book. Cover of the book. That is paperback. 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 You have given the clues also, children. You can see from there also. A thin flexible cover of the book, paperback. Second, the author's own statement about the book. Author's own statement about the book, it is preface. 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 ऑथर का अपना स्टेटमेंट जो होता है बुक के बारे में, उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? दैट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ अ बुक, दैट इज प्रीफेस. नेक्स्ट, a statement about the book of someone other than the author. See, someone is saying author is the person who has written the book, but someone else, it's not author, someone else, a statement is given by someone else, not by the author, that is foreword. Foreword. A statement about the book by someone other than the author, it is foreword. Foreword. Next, fourth one. It tells what the book contains, on which page you will find it. Children, जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं ना शुरू में ओपन करो पेज, जस्ट contents and given when you are opening your book, in the first page you have given the contents or like that. So it tells what the book contains, क्या बुक के अंदर है और कौन से पेज पर है. That is contents. CONTENTS, contents. Next, fifth question. The edge of the book facing outwards when shelved. The edge of the book facing outwards when shelved, it is spine. 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 Question number 6. List of the books, articles or websites used for referred by the author stated at the end of the book. Before that also I have told you about the bibliography. List of the books, articles or website used for referred by the author started at the end of the book. BIBLIOGRAPHY. Bibliography. Next, an alphabetically list of definition of difficult word at the end of the book. Children, sometimes you see na back side you have given some words or click किया होता है, या it is marked or something star is there, and the author or whatever there, they have written the definition or the meaning of that words at the back and the end of the book. That is called glossary. 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 Next, an alphabetically list with large number of the subjects, places and people covered in the book. That is index. An alphabetically list with page numbers of the subject, places and people covered to the book. That is index. INDEX. Let's repeat, children. A thin flexible cover of the book, paperback. The author's own statement about the book, Preface. The statement about the book by someone other than the author. Foreword. It tells what the book contains and on which page you will find it. Contents. The edge of the book facing to outwards when shelved. Spine. List of books, articles or websites used or referred by the author started at the end of the book. Bibliography. An alphabetically list of definitions of difficult words at the end of the book. It is glossary. An alphabetical list with page number of the subjects, places and people covered in the book, that is index. Children, one more thing they have given in the book. What is the ISBN at the back of a book? Everybody, you can see here also, children, there is a picture of the ISBN. What is the ISBN at the back of a book? There are thousands of publishers across the world and millions of books get printed every year. Children, thousands publisher जो publish करते हैं और millions of books जो print होती हैं. So what is ISBN? If you pick up any book, turn it around, you will see a number which looks like the one shown. अगर आप book को turn करेंगे and you will see that back side, you will see that picture which is in the book given shown here. What does it mean? ISBN stand for, children, International Standard Book Numbering. Once again, what do you mean by ISBN? International Standard Book Numbering. International Standard Book Numbering. ISBN stands for International Standard Book Numbering. And it is numbering system that is used to describe the book. It is a 13-digit number divided into 4 groups and separate by the hyphen. You know hyphen we are putting if you are separating anything. It gives. What is the need, children? What is the need to this ISBN number? Because it gives information about the country where it is published, the publisher, the title of the book and a check digit. No two books can have the same ISBN. It means and ISBN stands for International Standard Book Numbering. It gives information about the country where it is published, the publisher, the title of the book and a check digit. And another thing, no two books can have the same ISBN number. So children, it was the chapter about know your books. Now note the assignment, children. Name any 5 parts of book. Name any 5 parts of book. You can write index, spine, foreword, glossary or preface. There are the 5 parts of the book. Of course, you can write, if you are having that bibliography, you can write whatever you want to write. I have given you 8, in the book it is 8 words and I have told you about the 8 parts of the book. But I am giving you the assignment, name any 5 parts of book. You can write this in the copy and other thing you will write in the book, page number 43. Now, next children, I hope you understood page number 42 and 43. My dear students, now we start page number 47. The topic is top 10 cities. Of course, page number 44 and 45 and 46, they are the activities, or you will say, ma'am, where 44, 45 and 46, these are about activities work. We will teach you in the online class and we will give you some introduction in online class. Now we have page number 47 and topic is top 10 cities. In children, this chapter, here are top 10 cities of the world that have become favorite tourist spots in recent year. And what is the tourist spot, children? A tourist attraction is a place of interest where tourists visit, typically for its inherent or an exhibited natural or cultural value, historical significance, natural or built beauty, offering leisure and amusement. Children, like if I talk about India, Taj Mahal, Akshardham Mandir, these are very beautiful places, tourist places. When tourists come from other countries, they just visit Taj Mahal and Akshardham Mandir, Lal Killa. So many places are also in India, but in this chapter you have been given the top 10 cities of the world. Let's have a look some pictures, beautiful pictures. London, Albert Museum, just see. All the pictures are related to your book only, children. Beautiful. Kuala Lumpur, Petronas Tower. It's मतलब बड़ी बड़ी जो ऊंची ऊंची buildings. Next, New York, Times Square. See, beautiful, just see. Now come to this chapter, children. Here are the top 10 cities of the world that have become favorite tourist spots in recent years. Can you name them? First number, it is the most popular tourist destination in the world. St. Paul's Cathedral, the Albert Museum and the Hyde Park are some must-see places here. And the city is London. London, London. Second, this city is most famous for its floating markets and this reclining Buddha statue. It is Bangkok. Reclining मतलब children लेटी हुई मतलब है ना, laying down, laying like that. It is in Bangkok. Bangkok, Bangkok. Third, situated on the river Seine, the city is known for its cafes and designer fashion boutiques. It is Paris. Paris. Next, this desert city offers the option of both ice skating and visiting beautiful beaches. It is also called the shopping capital of Middle East. The very familiar, the most familiar that word city, Dubai. Dubai, Dubai. Next, this city acts like a bridge between Asia and Europe. It is a rich cultured city with Turkish architectural monuments. It is Istanbul. Istanbul, Istanbul. Next, this city is also called the Big Apple. A visit to the Times Square is a must when visiting this city. Answer is New York. Next, the Sentosa Island and the Grand Meridien welcomes thousands of tourists to this island city every year. It is Singapore. Singapore, Singapore. Next, my dear students, this global city in Malaysia boasts of the beautiful Petronas Tower and many skyscrapers. As I have shown you before that also, picture I have shown you Kuala Lumpur, Kualalumpur. Next, this capital city of South Korea is most known for its technology and mouth-watering food dishes. It is Seoul, Seoul. Next, last children, once a British colony, this city is now part of China. Tourists know this place for delicious Chinese food, night markets and Disneyland. Wow, it is Hong Kong City, Disneyland. The students are very much familiar about Disneyland. So Hong Kong City, HONGKONGCITY, Hong Kong City. So let's have a look once again, children. It is the most popular tourist destination in the world. St. Paul's Cathedral, the Albert Museum and the Hyde Park are some must-see places here. And the answer is London. Second, this city is most famous for its floating markets and the reclining Buddha statue. It is Bangkok. Answer is Bangkok. Third, situated on the river Seine, the city is known for its cafes and designer fashion boutiques. The answer is Paris. Number 4, this desert city offers the option of both ice skating and visiting beautiful beaches. It is also called the shopping capital of Middle East. Answer is yes, Dubai. Next, this city acts like a bridge between Asia and Europe. It is rich cultured city with Turkish architectural monuments. Children, it is Istanbul. Next, 6th number, this city is also called the Big Apple. A visit to the Times Square is a must when visiting this city. Answer is New York. Question number 7. The Sentosa Island and the Grand Meridien welcomes thousands of tourists to this island city every year. And the answer is Singapore. Question number 8. This global city is Malaysia, boast of the beautiful Petronas Tower and many skyscrapers. Answer is Kuala Lumpur. The 9th, this capital city of South Korea is most known for its technology and mouth-watering food dishes. Dear students, answer is yes, Seoul, Seoul. Question number 10. Once a British colony, this city is now part of China. Tourists know this place for delicious Chinese food, night markets and Disneylands. And the answer is Hong Kong City. So, this chapter was about top 10 cities of the world that have become favorite tourist spots in recent years. Right, children? Now, right. You can write these answers in your book, page number 47. Now, what is the assignment, my dear students? Name any 5 famous cities of world. Name any 5 famous cities of world. London, Paris, Bangkok, New York, Istanbul. You can write Dubai, you can write Kuala Lumpur, you can write Seoul, but you have to write cities of world. 5 famous cities of world. Okay, children? So we have finished page number 42. That was Sow and Grow, my dear students. Page number 43, Know Your Book. And page number 47, that was Top 10 Cities. Children, you have to do this work in the copy. Only assignment. That one assignment, name any 5 famous cities of the world. And another I gave you, beta, name any 5 parts of book. Only these 2 questions you will do in the copy. And rest of the work you will do in the book. I hope you understood these chapters, children. So, do this work. Have a nice time. Thank you very much, children.